Worry is something that often takes control of the mind without permission. It creeps in during moments of uncertainty and grows stronger when given attention. The mind begins to imagine worst-case scenarios, convincing itself that something bad is bound to happen. But the truth is, most of the things that cause stress never actually come true. They exist only as thoughts, yet they create tension in the body and disrupt peace. The weight of these thoughts can be overwhelming, making it difficult to focus on what is actually happening in the present. It is important to understand that worry does not prevent problems, nor does it provide real solutions. Instead, it drains energy, making it harder to think clearly and take meaningful action. Many people believe that by constantly thinking about what could go wrong, they are somehow preparing themselves. But this habit only reinforces fear and anxiety. When the mind is focused on problems, it becomes difficult to recognize opportunities. The more attention given to negative thoughts, the more they seem to take over, shaping reality in a way that matches those fears. Letting go of worry does not mean ignoring responsibilities. It means choosing to direct mental energy toward what can actually make a difference. Instead of allowing the mind to spiral into fear, it helps to pause and recognize that the present moment is all that truly exists. The mind often tricks itself into thinking that constant worrying is necessary, but this is nothing more than an illusion. There is power in recognizing that worry is just a pattern of thought, not a fixed reality. By breaking free from this habit, it becomes possible to experience true peace and clarity. Worry is deeply connected to uncertainty. The mind craves control, seeking to predict outcomes and avoid surprises. When there is no clear answer, fear takes over, filling the space with imagined problems. It is easy to become attached to specific outcomes, believing that happiness or success depends on everything going exactly as planned. But the more the mind tries to control every detail, the more anxious it becomes. This creates a cycle where the fear of the unknown fuels worry, and worry, in turn, makes uncertainty feel even bigger than it actually is. A major reason why worry feels so powerful is because it is a learned response. Over time, the mind is conditioned to react to challenges with fear rather than trust. This pattern often begins at an early age, reinforced by past experiences and external influences. When something goes wrong, the mind remembers it, making it harder to believe that things can go right. This creates a belief that constant worrying is necessary for safety and preparation. But in reality, worrying does not prevent difficulties, it only makes them feel larger than they are. To break this cycle, it is necessary to shift perspective. Instead of seeing the unknown as something to fear, it can be seen as a space of possibility. When the mind stops resisting uncertainty, it becomes easier to respond with calmness and confidence. Challenges will always arise, but they do not have to be met with worry. Instead of assuming the worst, it helps to focus on what can be controlled: thoughts, actions, and mindset. The more the mind learns to let go of unnecessary fear, the more space there is for clarity, peace, and positive outcomes. Thoughts shape the way reality is experienced. The mind is constantly processing information, interpreting events, and forming beliefs based on what it repeatedly focuses on. When thoughts are centered on worry, stress becomes a natural state. The mind starts expecting problems, and this expectation influences the way situations unfold. Even small challenges feel overwhelming when the mind is conditioned to focus on difficulties. This cycle continues as long as negative thoughts are given attention, reinforcing the idea that worry is unavoidable. Redirecting focus toward solutions is essential. Instead of dwelling on what could go wrong, shifting attention to what can be done makes a significant difference. Worry does not provide answers, but clear thinking does. The mind follows patterns, and when new habits are established, those patterns change. Choosing to focus on possibilities instead of fear creates a mental environment where stress has no place to grow. The more this practice is repeated, the easier it becomes to maintain a calm and stable mindset. Words also play a role in shaping thoughts. Constantly speaking about stress and uncertainty strengthens those emotions. Being mindful of language helps in reinforcing a sense of control over the mind. Instead of saying, "This is stressful," shifting to, "I will find a way through this," makes a difference in perspective. Thoughts and words influence emotions, and emotions influence actions. When the right thoughts are consistently practiced, the need to worry fades. The mind absorbs what it repeatedly hears and thinks. Negative thoughts become automatic when they are constantly reinforced. To experience peace, it is necessary to train the mind to respond differently. This begins with awareness. Noticing when worry appears and choosing not to engage with it breaks the habit of anxious thinking. Instead of letting negative thoughts take control, replacing them with calm and positive ones creates new mental pathways. Affirmations are an effective tool for rewiring the mind. Repeating words that reflect confidence and peace helps in shifting focus. When the mind is filled with statements like, "Everything is working out," or, "I choose to stay calm," it starts aligning with those ideas. Over time, these new thoughts become natural, reducing the tendency to worry. Breathing techniques also help in calming the mind. Shallow breathing signals stress, while deep, steady breaths activate relaxation. Whenever worry begins to surface, pausing to take slow breaths shifts the body into a state of calm. This simple practice strengthens the ability to manage thoughts and emotions effectively. A consistent routine of mental discipline is necessary for lasting change. The mind follows what it is trained to do, and by continuously practicing calm thinking, peace becomes the default state. Rewiring the mind is not about forcing thoughts but about choosing which ones deserve attention. When this is done daily, worry loses its power, and clarity takes its place. Most worry comes from trying to control things that are beyond reach. The mind wants certainty, expecting everything to go according to a specific plan. When things do not happen as expected, stress builds up, creating unnecessary tension. The need to control every detail leads to frustration, making it harder to stay calm. Accepting that some things are not within personal control is the first step toward peace. Instead of resisting what is happening, choosing to focus on what can be controlled makes a difference. Thoughts, actions, and reactions are always within reach. Directing energy toward these areas allows for better decision-making without unnecessary stress. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means trusting that solutions will appear at the right time. When the mind stops fighting against uncertainty, space is created for clarity and peace. Expecting life to be free of challenges is unrealistic, but learning how to handle them without unnecessary worry is possible. Adapting to situations instead of trying to force an outcome reduces stress. This shift in mindset allows for a calmer and more balanced approach to life. The less control is forced, the more natural the flow becomes. Trusting that everything is unfolding as it should removes the need to worry. Doubt and fear grow when there is a lack of trust. When faith in a positive outcome is stronger than fear of the unknown, peace becomes the natural state. This does not mean ignoring problems but choosing to believe that solutions will appear. Shifting focus from doubt to confidence takes practice. The mind is conditioned to expect difficulties, but this expectation can be changed. Repeating thoughts of certainty and assurance reinforces a mindset of trust. The more the mind is trained to expect the best, the less space there is for worry. Faith is not about waiting for things to change, it is about maintaining confidence even before results appear. When worry is replaced with trust, stress loses its grip. This shift in thinking allows for a calm and steady approach to challenges. A mind that believes in good outcomes no longer wastes energy on fear. Letting go of worry requires consistent effort. Small actions practiced daily help in creating a calm and stable mind. The first step is to be aware of thoughts. Noticing when the mind starts to spiral into worry makes it easier to redirect focus. Instead of letting anxious thoughts take over, shifting attention to the present moment helps in breaking the cycle. Breathing exercises are an effective way to calm the mind. Taking slow, deep breaths signals the body to relax, reducing tension caused by stress. Practicing controlled breathing for a few minutes each day strengthens the ability to remain calm under pressure. Writing down worries is another method that helps in gaining clarity. Putting thoughts on paper makes them feel less overwhelming and helps in organizing solutions logically. Repeating positive statements throughout the day also strengthens the mind. Saying, "I choose peace," or, "Everything is working out," helps in reducing stress. The more these statements are repeated, the more they become natural. Making gratitude a habit also shifts focus away from worries. Listing a few things to be thankful for each day trains the mind to look for the good instead of dwelling on uncertainty. Worry creates tension, while trust creates ease. The energy behind thoughts influences how situations unfold. When the mind is filled with fear, problems seem bigger than they are. Shifting from doubt to trust changes the way experiences are perceived. Choosing to focus on solutions rather than obstacles makes a difference. Instead of thinking about what could go wrong, considering what could go right brings a sense of ease. The mind is powerful, and whatever is fed into it becomes reality. Replacing fear-driven thoughts with confidence gradually weakens the habit of worrying. Visualizing positive outcomes helps in reinforcing this shift. Taking a few moments each day to imagine things working out as expected builds certainty. The more the mind focuses on what is possible, the less space there is for fear. When energy is directed toward trust, situations begin to unfold in a way that aligns with that belief. A strong mindset is essential in preventing worry from taking control. Challenges will always arise, but how they are handled determines their impact. Instead of reacting with fear, choosing to remain calm allows for better decisions. Training the mind to see obstacles as temporary removes the need for unnecessary stress. Observing thoughts without becoming attached to them is an important skill. Worry often comes from assuming the worst, but not every thought needs to be believed. Recognizing when fear-based thinking appears and choosing to focus on logical solutions reduces emotional distress. Strengthening this habit over time makes it easier to stay composed in difficult situations. Reframing problems as opportunities shifts the way challenges are perceived. Instead of seeing difficulties as setbacks, viewing them as lessons makes a difference. Every situation provides an opportunity to grow, and adopting this perspective creates a sense of confidence. A resilient mind is not free from difficulties, but it does not allow worry to take over. Choosing peace over stress is a daily practice. External situations cannot always be controlled, but internal reactions can be managed. Instead of letting worries dictate emotions, making a conscious choice to focus on calmness leads to greater stability. Letting go of unnecessary fear creates space for clarity. When thoughts are centered on trust rather than doubt, life feels less overwhelming. Redirecting energy toward positive expectations reduces stress and brings a sense of balance. The more this mindset is reinforced, the less control worry has over daily experiences. Trusting that everything is unfolding as it should removes the need to overthink. The mind will always try to predict and analyze, but it does not have to be controlled by fear. A worry-free life is not about avoiding challenges, but about responding to them with confidence. Making this choice every day leads to a greater sense of ease and stability. Living a worry-free life is about choosing peace over fear, trusting that things are working out, and training the mind to focus on what truly matters. Every day is an opportunity to replace worry with confidence and stress with calmness. By practicing awareness, letting go of unnecessary control, and shifting focus to positive expectations, life becomes more balanced and fulfilling. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you create a peaceful and abundant life. Stay focused, stay positive, and trust the process.